Good night with Sports Night. I'm Mark Seal. West Indies women defeated South Africa women by 17 runs in the first T20 International at Kensington Oval today. Winning the toss and deciding to bat first, the Windies women posted 124 for 6 off their 20 overs. Player of the match, Natasha McLean, led with 38, while Deandra Doughton assisted with 22. CBC's Akeem Klinkett reports.
We pick up the action in the 10th over as West Indies would lose their second wicket when the skipper Stephanie Taylor is bowled by Sarah Smith for 9. West Indies women 51 for 2. McLean then gets a healthy edge off Mignon Dupree to pick up 4 valuable runs through third man. McLean, however, would fall the same way as her captain, bowled by Smith for 38, West Indies 63 for 2 in the 12th over. Deandra Doughton entered the wicket and got straight to work, pulling Smith to the fine leg boundary. With the very next delivery, she then rocks on to the back foot and cuts, piercing the field to collect another boundary. Tumi Sukune into the attack now and is on the money right away, bowling Shemaine Campbell for 5. The score is now 79 for 4. Doughton will be next to go, attempting a maximum, but instead she finds Sukune on the long off boundary off the bowling of Zintele Mali. She's gone for 22 and it's now 91 for 5 in the 16th over. Shadeen Nation continued the Windies fight, going through third man off the bowling of Marizanne Cap. But with the very next delivery, Cap would be on cleanup duty, bowling Nation for 7. The Windies are 98 for 5 in the 17th over. Marissa Aguilera, the new batter, then goes over cover for 4 to bring up the Windies 100 off Masabata class. Kaisia Knight followed suit, driving, splitting the covers to pick up 4 more. Cap from the southern end again, she grants Knight a gift with a juicy full toss, which Knight dispatches to the mid-wicket boundary, as the West Indies would finish their innings on 124 for 6 off their 20 overs. Akeem Klinkett, CBC Sports.
Thanks, Akeem. And in reply, the visitors fell on 107 for 7 from their 20. Captain Taylor snatched 3 for 16 and Effie Fletcher 2 for 17. Marianne Cap, she top scored with 30. Now the second T20 is set for Friday at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy in Trinidad. That starts at 7 p.m. Staying with cricket, Stuart Law has resigned as head coach of the West Indies men's team to take on a new role in January 2019. Law, who took over as head coach in February 2017, leaves after guiding the test team to series wins against Zimbabwe and Bangladesh, and also the ODI team through the ICC World Cup qualifiers, of which they qualified for the 2019 Cricket World Cup. Law also oversaw the first Windies Test match win in England for 17 years. That was a 5-wicket win at Headingley. He will continue his role for the upcoming away series against India and Bangladesh, but he will leave to join the English county side Middlesex in the new year. On to volleyball now. Pan American Insurance Warrens continued their unbeaten run in the women's division of the Goddard's Enterprises Limited Senior Knockout last night. Playing at the Wildy Gym, Warrens handed Omega XL Deacons their first defeat in straight sets to move into a tie on 17 points with the same Deacons. But they have a game in hand. Now Chargers are out front on 21 points, but Warrens have a game in hand on them as well. Meanwhile, in the men's division, Deacons, who are tied for a second position with Chargers on 16 points, were able to hand Progressive a defeat in 3 sets as well. Now they are trailing Cormier in the standings by 1 point, but Deacons have a game in hand. Again, Akeem Klinkett reports.
Deacons in the forecourt got things going with defense, producing the block on Progressive's Rico Braffett. Progressive themselves looking to get on the score sheet, fighting, getting the save with the foot, but Deacons were up to the task. A set to the left for Akil Oxley to attack with the spike. Deacons out the blocks quickly, taking the first in a hurry, 25-10, as they are good once again with the block at the net via Akeem Mears. In the second, Progressive came out with some enthusiasm. Short set from Jerome Stewart for Chioke Holder to go through the middle with venom. Deacons responded in the exact manner, just to the left side of the court. Short set from Akil Stout to Akil Williams, who leaps well and spikes just as good for the point. Then these two combined again. This time Williams uses the angle to go to the right side of the Progressive court to pick up another point. However, Progressive were still looking to get back into the game, and the set was sent to the outside for Braffett, who breaks through the block with the spike. Although Progressive put up much more of a fight in the second, they still went down 25-19 as Stoke uses the quick move for the point. In the third, Deacons continued where they left off, Stoke with the short set again for Williams, who executes perfectly. Progressive 2 sets down were looking to get back into it, Fabian cuts with power to get through Deacons' defense on the right. Then they get some luck, a mix-up going for the ball by Deacons, so Jerome Short seizes the opportunity when Deacons were out of positions to flip the ball over on the second play rather than setting up his attackers. However, Deacons were looking to close out the game and went on the attack, back out to the left, Ashay Otley this time, and he goes down the line with the spike. Then Williams finishes it off in style through the middle with force as they would take the third 28-26 at the game, 3-0. We move on to the women's division where Deacons were taking on Warrens. Warrens leading the contest 2-0, so we pick up in the third set as Anicia Wood gets the point for Warrens. The next play, none of the teams gave a quarter. Strong defense from both sides, but Deacons held their own. A set out to the left for Julia Lewis to force home the point. Back and forth in the third as Rhian Nels gets up and spikes it home one time for Warrens. Warrens moving into the lead now, and Tasia Mason from the left connects well with a spike. Deacons weren't able to provide a reply. Nels again, nice bump, perfect height for her to leap and come down with might to add to Warren's scorecard. But Deacons had their moments, set out to Shantae Seal on the left as she holds the line to collect the point. But Niles was dominant in this third set, coming good with the soft attack now as Warren would take the third 25-20 at the game, 3-0. Hakeem Klinkett, CBC Sports.
Meanwhile, in other games played last night in the women's division, UWI Blackbirds defeated Burger King Clapham Toners 3-1, while Carlton got over Club United in 4 sets as well. Then, in the men's division, Chargers also continued their unbeaten run, defeating All Stars in straight sets, while Cormier beat Foundation 3-1. Former undisputed world champion Ronald Suki King finished third at the USA National 3-move restriction drafts tournament. Competing in the Masters division, King finished on 30 points. Behind 2 of his main rivals, the winner was Sergio Scarpetta of Italy, he had 34 points, while the runner-up was Alex Moiseev of the United States, also with 34. Jack Francis ended 9th with 25 points. Now, Barbados did get some success in the lower divisions. Desmond Mon won the Majors division with 28 points, while Winnell Neverson was 14th on 15 points and Danny Gill 15th on 14 points. Then Wilma Branch won the Minors division with 33 points. It was a tough first day for Barbados at the 43rd Chess Olympiad in Batumi, Georgia, pitted against significantly higher-rated opposition. Both the open and women's teams were defeated 4-0 in the opening round of games at the Sport Palace. Barbados' open team of international master Orlando Husbands, FIDE master Martin de Castillo, Justin Blackman, and candidate master Brian Prescott, they lost to the 23rd-ranked Iran, while the women's team of Julissa Figueroa, fellow woman candidate master Katrina Blackman, 13-year-old debutante Vanessa Greenidge, and Gabriela Cumberbatch, they were ranked 113th and they lost to the number 39, Switzerland. Now, it was also a difficult first day for other English-speaking Caribbean countries. In the open division, Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, and Antigua all were beaten 4-0 against Argentina, Czech Republic, Albania, and Tunisia, respectively. While on the women's boards, Jamaica, TNT, and Guyana lost 4-0 to England, Uzbekistan, and Venezuela, respectively. On to horse racing, where Celestial Storm with Eric Daniel on board rode to victory in the final handicap of the end-of-season race day at the Garrison Savannah over the weekend.
And the gates are open. First to show on the inside is Celestial Storm towards the outside. Wildcat T and Really Flyer races the team and they rush by Celestial Storm. Change the guard going down the back stretches. Wildcat T on the outside. On the inside of Wildcat T's Really Flyer down on the rail being outpaced now is Really Flyer. Then there's a David Seed pair of Forsaken on the inside. Debonair David towards the outside. Stolen and the back marker, would you believe, is infrared. They're simply stepping going down the back stretch. And they can tell the quarter mile has come up in 25 flat over the top of the hill, back towards past the 3-furlong pole. And on the inside, it is Radio Flare towards the outside. Wildcat T begins to feel the pressure of the pace. In third position is the Greer, striking nicely in the gloomy weather is Celestial Storm. Infrared begins to make a run towards the outside, so to the stolen Debonair David is running on the spot and Forsaker one. Absolutely no chance, they swing home. And it is Radio flying, Ronald Ali clear by a length and a half. Celestial Storm is flying on the outside, Debonair David coming one more time. Stolen it with a lot of work to do, looking to get between the horses. The Celestial Storm on the outside, who goes on by Class. His Class form is temporary.